The Apple AirTag stalker. For 3 months, Sarah Mitchell felt like someone was watching her. Every coffee shop she visited, her ex-boyfriend would show up. Every gym session, he'd be there. Every friend's house she'd drive to, he somehow knew. She went to the police, but they said, just coincidence, no proof. Then one morning, her iPhone displayed a notification she'd never seen before. Unknown AirTag has been moving with you for 3 months. She checked her purse, then her wallet, and there it was, a tiny white disc, hidden in her credit card slot. Her ex-boyfriend had been tracking her every move for 90 days. He knew where she lived, where she worked, where she slept, and when FBI checked his diary, they found a single entry circled in red. Tuesday night, 11 p.m. She'll be alone. Welcome to Dark Case Files. I'm David Harrington. Today I'm going to show you how modern technology can be both a shield and a weapon. This is the story that every AirTag owner needs to hear. This is the story that everyone who's ended a relationship fears. This is the story of how technology can betray you. August 15, 2024, Denver, Colorado. Sarah Mitchell, 26 years old, elementary school teacher, is meeting her boyfriend Dylan Carter for the last time. Their relationship lasted 2 years. Sarah has been uncomfortable for the last 6 months. Dylan is controlling, jealous, constantly checking Sarah's phone, asking who she's talking to. Sarah can't take it anymore. Dylan, this relationship isn't healthy for me anymore, Sarah says, sitting in a cafe. You're too controlling. You constantly check my phone. You don't trust my friends. We need to break up. Dylan's face shows a moment of shock, then acceptance. I understand, he says in a calm voice. You're right. Sometimes I go too far. I hope we can stay friends. Sarah feels relieved. She didn't expect Dylan to react this maturely. Of course we can try to stay friends, she says. As they leave the cafe, Dylan hugs Sarah. A goodbye embrace. Sarah hugs back, resting her head on Dylan's shoulder. A 5-second moment. Then they separate. Sarah gets in her car. Dylan waves. Sarah smiles, drives away. Sarah doesn't know that during that 5-second hug, Dylan reached his hand into Sarah's bag, opened her wallet, and placed a thin white disc between her credit cards. Apple AirTag. 31mm diameter, 8mm thick, invisible between credit cards. When Dylan returns to his car, he opens his iPhone, launches the Find My app. A new AirTag appears on screen. Sarah's location. Dylan smiles. Next day, August 16, Sarah goes to work, elementary school. Dylan is at home, opens Find My app on his iPhone. Sarah's location appears. Lincoln Elementary School, Denver. Dylan zooms the map, can see exactly which building Sarah is in at the school. Lunchtime. Sarah is eating in the cafeteria. Dylan checks again. Location unchanged, still at school. Evening, 5:30 p.m. Sarah drives home. Dylan watches. Sarah's car is moving, real time on the map. Sarah arrives home 5:52 p.m. Dylan notes the address. He already knew it, but now there's confirmation. August 18th, Saturday. Sarah goes to a friend's birthday party. Dylan opens Find My at breakfast. Sarah's home. At 2 p.m. Sarah starts moving. Dylan tracks. Sarah drives to a house north side of Denver, a neighborhood he doesn't know. Dylan searches the address on Google Maps. A house. Owner, Jessica Turner, must be Sarah's friend. Dylan takes notes. At 8:30 p.m., Dylan gets in his car, drives to that address, parks in front of the house. There's a party inside. Music sounds. Dylan sits in the car, waits. He sees Sarah's car, parked in front of the house. Dylan waits for 2 hours. At 10:45 p.m., Sarah comes out of the house, gets in her car. Dylan follows. Sarah drives home. Dylan passes by Sarah's apartment. Sarah parks her car. Dylan drives away. Sarah notices nothing. August 20th, Monday. Sarah goes to the gym every Monday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Dylan knows this because he's been tracking for 3 weeks. Dylan transfers his gym membership to Sarah's gym. At 6:15 p.m., Dylan enters the gym. Sarah is running on a treadmill. Dylan moves to a treadmill close to her. Sarah looks up, sees Dylan. She's surprised. "Dylan, what are you doing here?" Dylan smiles. "Wow, Sarah, what a coincidence. I just became a member here. It's closer to my house. You come here too?" Sarah feels uncomfortable, but doesn't show it. "Yes, I always come here. Really a coincidence." Dylan continues talking. Sarah gives short answers. After 20 minutes, Sarah finishes her workout, says, "I'm leaving, see you," and walks away. Dylan watches her go. August 28. Sarah meets someone new from Tinder. His name is Mark, 30 years old, architect. They have their first date at a restaurant. Dylan sees Sarah's location on Find My, the Mill restaurant, downtown Denver. Dylan searches the restaurant address online. 7:30 p.m. reservation. Sarah went there at 7:30. Dylan parks outside, can see inside the restaurant through the window. Sarah is sitting with a man, laughing, talking. Dylan is angry. Who is this guy? Is Sarah dating him? Dylan notes on his phone. August 28. Sarah met new guy, the Mill restaurant. Find out who he is. September 3. Sarah meets Mark again, this time at a movie theater. Dylan tracks again. After the movie, Sarah and Mark are holding hands. Dylan sits in his car, clenching his fists. September 10. Sarah has coffee with a friend Starbucks downtown. As Sarah enters, Dylan enters too. Gets in line behind Sarah. When Sarah turns around, she sees Dylan. "Dylan." "Again," Sarah says. Now uncomfortable. "Sarah, believe me, this is coincidence. I come here every morning. Today I came in the afternoon," Dylan says. Sarah is suspicious. "Every day? I've never seen you here." "Maybe you come at different times," Dylan says. "I'm usually here at 7 a.m. Sarah walks away from Dylan, takes her coffee and goes to her friend's table. Friend Jessica asks, "Who was that?" "My ex-boyfriend Dylan. He keeps showing up. It's so weird," Sarah says. Jessica asks, "This can't be coincidence. Could he be stalking you?" Sarah says, "I don't know, but how would he stalk? I don't have GPS in my car. He doesn't control my phone." Jessica says, "Maybe he's tracking through social media. Do you share location on Instagram?" Sarah says, "No, I never share location." But Sarah is still uncomfortable. That evening when she gets home, she blocks Dylan's Instagram account, blocks his phone number. Dylan notices. Sarah isn't talking to him anymore, but no problem, because Dylan still knows where Sarah is. Find My shows everything. September 15. Sarah goes to the police. Denver Police Department, station. Sarah explains to the officer, "I think my ex-boyfriend is stalking me. Everywhere I go, he shows up. Gym, coffee shop, my friends' houses. Too many coincidences." Officer takes notes. "Did he physically harm you? Did he threaten you?" "No, but his being everywhere scares me." Unfortunately, no crime has been committed yet. Coincidentally, going to the same places isn't illegal. If he threatens you or enters your property without permission, come back. We can get a restraining order. Sarah leaves disappointed. No help from police. September 20. Sarah talks to her mother on the phone. "Mum, Dylan keeps showing up. I went to police. They can't do anything. What should I do?" Her mother says, "Maybe you should move to a new city. If you stay in Denver, he'll keep bothering you." Sarah says, "I love my job. My friends are here. Why should I move? He's the one who's wrong." But Sarah is scared. When she sits alone at home at night, she looks out the window. Is Dylan here? Is he watching? October 1. Sarah goes to dinner with a new friend, not Mark. Someone else. His name is Alex. An Italian restaurant. Dylan sees it on Find My. Goes again, parks outside, watches. Sarah is laughing with Alex. Dylan is furious. When Dylan gets home, he writes in his diary, "Sarah is dating other guys. She forgot me, but I didn't forget her. One day she'll remember me." October 10. Sarah's iPhone notices something for the first time. As Sarah drives to work in the morning, a notification appears on her iPhone screen. AirTag found moving with you. Sarah sees the notification but doesn't know what it means. There's a play sound option. Sarah clicks it. A beeping sound comes from somewhere, but it's very faint. She can't find where it is. Sarah thinks maybe it's someone else's AirTag. Someone on the bus. Closes the notification. Apple's anti-stalking feature is working. If an AirTag is moving with you and its owner isn't nearby, iPhone warns you. But this feature doesn't work immediately. The AirTag needs to be moving with you for 3 days. Dylan's AirTag has been with Sarah for 2 months, but because Dylan was sometimes physically near Sarah, iPhone detected this AirTag owner is nearby, not a threat. But for the last week, Dylan hasn't physically approached Sarah, only tracked from distance. So iPhone is now giving the warning. But Sarah doesn't understand the seriousness of the notification. She closes it and continues. October 15, Sarah sees the same notification again. This time she reads more carefully. This AirTag is not registered to you and has been moving with you for several days. The owner can see this AirTag's location. Sarah is scared. Is someone tracking me with an AirTag? But where is the AirTag? Sarah checks her bag. Books, makeup, charger, wallet. No AirTag anywhere. Sarah checks her car. Under seats, glove box, trunk. Nothing. Sarah thinks maybe someone else's AirTag is near my car. But that night Sarah researches online. Unknown AirTag moving with me. Dozens of articles come up. Stalking, tracking, hidden AirTag placement. Sarah is scared. Tomorrow, I need to check everything in detail. October 16th, Saturday morning, Sarah dumps everything from her bag onto the table. Phone, keys, makeup bag, pens, notebook, wallet. Sarah opens the wallet. Credit cards, ID, photos. Sarah takes out the cards one by one. Visa, MasterCard, driver's license, membership cards. And at the very bottom, behind the Starbucks card, a thin, white, round disc. Apple AirTag. Sarah's heart races. What is this? How did it get here? Sarah picks up the AirTag, examines it. No writing on it, just the Apple logo. Sarah opens her iPhone, brings the AirTag close. iPhone recognizes it. AirTag detected. This AirTag is registered to Dylan Carter. Sarah is breathless. Dylan. My ex-boyfriend Dylan. Is he tracking me with an AirTag? Since when? Sarah reads the notification again. Has been moving with you for several days. Not days, months. Sarah calculates they broke up August 15. Today is October 16. 2 months, 62 days. Sarah calls the police. 9:30 a.m., Saturday. 911. What's your emergency? My ex-boyfriend has been tracking me with an AirTag for 2 months. I found it in my wallet. Please help. Police officer comes. Sarah shows the AirTag. Officer says, this is a serious stalking case. We should call FBI. Digital tracking can be a federal crime. This is where our team comes in. Denver FBI office calls us because of the digital tracking aspect of the case. I'm David Harrington. I assign Elena Cortez from our team. Elena is an expert on Apple ecosystem and digital tracking. October 16, afternoon. Elena meets with Sarah. Sarah tells everything relationship with Dylan, breakup, constant encounters, police complaint, iPhone warning, finding AirTag. Elena asks, Sarah, how long has this AirTag been in your wallet? Sarah says, I don't know. iPhone notification came October 10, said several days, but I broke up with Dylan on August 15. He'd been showing up constantly since then. Maybe he put it there that day. Elena says August 15 to October 16 is 62 days. AirTag anti-stalking warning usually comes after 3 days. But if the AirTag owner is sometimes near you, iPhone detects owner nearby and doesn't warn. Because Dylan was sometimes in the same place as you, iPhone might have delayed. Sarah says, so Dylan knew where I was for 2 months? Everywhere? Elena says yes. AirTag uses Apple's Find My network. Millions of iPhones and iPads around the world detect AirTags via Bluetooth. and send their locations to Apple servers. Dylan could see your location in the Find My app, near real time. Sarah starts crying. 2 months. I thought I got away from him, but he knew everything. Elena says, Sarah, this will lead to serious charges for Dylan. Stalking, harassment, illegal surveillance. But first we need to find out exactly what Dylan did with this AirTag. Elena tells FBI tech team to subpoena Dylan Carter's Find My account from Apple. Apple shares data with court order. October 17. Data package from Apple arrives. Elena analyzes Dylan Carter's Apple ID. Dylan Carter 88 at iCloud.com. Registered AirTags 2. First keys. Dylan's keys. Second, Sarah's location, the one in Sarah's wallet. Sarah's location. AirTag. Activation date. August 15th, 2024. 2:37 p.m. Last location update. October 16th, 2024. 9:15 a.m. When Sarah found the AirTag and brought it to her iPhone. System shutdown. Elena examines how often Dylan used the Find My app. Apple records every location check action. August 15. October 16. 62 days. October's total location checks 3,720 times. Daily average 60 times. Most checked day August 28. Day Sarah met Mark 94 times. Elena calculates. Dylan checked where Sarah was an average of 60 times per day. Every 24 minutes from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. Almost every half hour. Elena analyzes the hours Dylan checked. Morning 7:08 a.m. Heavy. Sarah going to work. Noon 12:01 p.m. Heavy. Sarah lunch break. Evening 5:07 p.m. Heavy. Sarah returning home from work. Night 10 p.m. 1 a.m. Medium. Sarah at home. Dylan checking. Elena maps all the places Sarah went in 62 days. Sarah's home, workplace, gym, 3 different friends' houses, 5 different restaurants, 2 movie theaters, 1 shopping mall, mother's house, 30 miles away. Sarah visited 1 weekend. Dylan knew everywhere. Elena also subpoenas Dylan's phone number, Dylan's Google account, Amazon account, web browsing history. FBI Digital Forensics collects this data. October 18. Elena examines Dylan's Google search history. Search history, last 2 months. August 20. How to pick apartment door lock. August 25. Best lockpicking tools for beginners. September 1. How to disable home security cameras. September 5. Chloroform, where to buy. September 10. Is it illegal to enter ex-girlfriend's apartment? September 20. How to track someone's phone without them knowing. October 4. Hidden cameras for home surveillance. October 10. How long does it take police to respond to alarm? Elena is horrified. Dylan wasn't just tracking, he was planning to enter Sarah's home. Eleanor examines Dylan's Amazon shopping cart. Items in cart not yet purchased. Lock-picking practice kit, $35. Mini wireless camera with night vision, $89. Window entry tool set, $45. Zip ties, 100 pack, $112. Dylan hasn't bought these yet, but added them to cart. He was making his plan. Elena subpoenas Dylan's personal notes, iCloud notes. One note stands out, titled, Plan. Note content, Sarah's routine, Monday, Friday. Work 8 a.m., 4:30 p.m., Monday, Thursday. Gym 6, 7:30 p.m. Tuesday. Usually home alone, 8 and 11 p.m. Saturday. Out with friends or Mark. Sunday. Home or with mother. Best time. Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Home alone. Neighbors sleeping. Bedroom window first floor. Lock week. Checked last week. No alarm. Sarah turns alarm off at night. Preparation. Get lockpick tools. Practice window opening. Plan entry-exit route. Silence phone. Don't trigger alarm. Date. Next Tuesday, October 20. So. Elena's hair stands on end. Dylan was planning to enter Sarah's home. October 26. Tuesday, 6 days away. If Sarah hadn't found that AirTag, Dylan would have executed his plan. Elena immediately reports to me and Jake Morrison. I say, we need to arrest Dylan immediately. He has plans to enter her home. October 18, evening 6:30 p.m. FBI arrest team, including Jake Morrison, goes to Dylan Carter's home. Dylan is home at his computer. Door knocks, he opens, sees FBI badges. Dylan Carter, FBI. You're under arrest for stalking, harassment, and conspiracy to commit burglary. Put your hands behind your back. Dylan surrenders without resistance. I was just trying to protect her, he says. Jake asks sharply, you were protecting her by planning to break into her home? Dylan goes silent. I want a lawyer. FBI searches Dylan's home. In the bedroom, they find a board covered with photos of Sarah. Dozens of photos, some together, but several of Sarah alone at the gym, at a coffee shop. Dylan was secretly photographing Sarah. On his computer are screenshots of Sarah's social media accounts. In a folder labeled Sarah's Schedule, an Excel file with 62 days of detailed timeline where Sarah was every day. Dylan's diary is found. Last page, October 16th, Saturday. Sarah found the AirTag. iPhone warned her. My plan is over. She'll call police. They'll come soon. But I love her. She doesn't understand. I just wanted to protect her. Other guys will hurt her. I would never hurt her. If they arrest me, Sarah will regret it. One day she'll forgive me. October 20, Dylan Carter is brought to Denver Federal Court for arraignment. Charges: 1. Stalking. 18 U.S.C. paragraph 2061A. Electronic device tracking. 62 days continuous surveillance. 2. Harassment. Continuous unwanted contact and tracking. Conspiracy to commit burglary. Home burglary plan. Notes and shopping cart evidence. 4. Illegal electronic surveillance. Unauthorized tracking device use. Prosecutor requests Dylan not be released. Defendant has explicitly planned to enter victim's home. Victim's safety is at risk. Judge says bail denied. Defendant will remain in custody until trial. Sarah sits in courtroom, looks at Dylan. Dylan looks at her, smiles. Sarah shudders. Trial begins November 15, 2024. Jury sees Dylan's Find My logs, Google search history, Amazon cart, diary, notes. Elena testifies as expert witness. In Apple's Find My system, records show Dylan Carter checked Sarah Mitchell's location 3,720 times over 62 days, Elena says. That's an average of 60 checks per day. Dylan was monitoring Sarah's every move. Defense attorney says, could Dylan just be protecting her? He loves her, wanted to make sure she's safe. Elena says, Dylan's Google searches include lockpicking, chloroform, window entry tools. These aren't protection, these are preparations for home invasion and possible assault. Jury reads Dylan's diary. Tuesday night, 11 p.m. She'll be alone. Bedroom window. Jury sees Dylan didn't just love Sarah, he obsessively tracked her to control her and planned to enter her home. November 22, 2024. Jury announces verdict. Guilty on all counts. Judge sentences Dylan Carter. Stalking. 5 years federal prison. Conspiracy to commit burglary. 3 years. Concurrent served simultaneously. Illegal electronic surveillance. 2 years concurrent. Restraining order. Lifetime 500 feet, 15 meters from Sarah Mitchell. Post-release supervision, 5 years probation. Dylan will spend 5 years in federal prison. Then 5 years probation. Total 10 years under legal control. Sarah gives interview leaving courthouse. If iPhone hadn't warned me, I never would have found that AirTag. Dylan was planning to enter my home. Maybe he was even planning to kill me. Apple's anti-stalking feature saved my life. But Elena finds one more thing. In Dylan's digital records, on October 10, the day Sarah's iPhone gave first warning, Dylan searches Google. Why is iPhone warning AirTag detected? Did Dylan know about Apple's anti-stalking system? Yes, but he was researching how to bypass it. Another search, how to disable AirTag anti-stalking alert. Dylan knew about this feature and was trying to beat it, but he failed. What does this case teach us? First, technology can be both shield and weapon. Apple AirTag was designed to find lost items, but Dylan used it to track Sarah. Apple added anti-stalking features, unknown AirTag warning, sound play, owner identification. These features saved Sarah. Technology can be used for evil purposes, but the same technology can also protect itself. Second, pay attention to early warning signs. Sarah interpreted Dylan constantly showing up as coincidence. But after 3-4 coincidences, it's no longer coincidence. If an ex-partner or acquaintance constantly appears in your life, you might be being tracked. Go to police, make a record. When Sarah first went, she got no help from police because there was no evidence. But after she found the AirTag, there was evidence. Third, if you see iPhone unknown AirTag notification, take it seriously. Immediately check your belongings, bag, wallet, car, jacket. AirTag is very small, easily hidden. If you find it, report to police. The AirTag owner's Apple ID is registered. FBI can trace it. Fourth, digital footprints show everything. Dylan tracked Sarah for 62 days, but every location check, every Google search, every Amazon cart edition was recorded. FBI collected this data, proved Dylan's intent. Dylan said, "I just love her," but digital records said, "I want to control her and enter her home." Sarah Mitchell now lives in Denver, has a new relationship, continues her life, but she still experiences trauma. Every day she checks her wallet. Every night she makes sure windows are locked. On her iPhone, she frequently opens Find My app to check there's no unknown AirTag. Dylan Carter is at Englewood Federal Correctional Institution. Release date 2029. This is Sarah's story, but it could also be your story. Because AirTag is small, cheap, easy to find, and someone with bad intentions can put it in your bag, your car, your wallet. Good news, iPhone will warn you. Bad news, warning can sometimes come late. From Dark Case Files, I'm David Harrington. See you in the next case. And please, if your iPhone says unknown AirTag, stop and check. It could save your life.